A unique project is underway here in Atlanta at Morehouse School of Medicine. That's where researchers are recording the stories of Black women who have survived life-threatening complications of pregnancy or childbirth. The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin here with a look at this project that highlights these so-called near misses. But Beth, it sounds like the stories they're telling are so powerful.
They are really powerful, Christine, and I think, the goal here, the idea is to give these women who've lived through these difficult experiences a chance to tell their stories. And for one Atlanta mother, it took more than a decade before she could really talk about what happened to her.
Listen to your patients.
They're survivors of life-threatening pregnancy or childbirth complications, talking about what they want healthcare professionals to know.
Talk to them.
Women like 45-year-old Tennille Leak Johnson.
It was not what I thought pregnancy was going to be like,
The assistant professor of physiology at Morehouse School of Medicine in Atlanta nearly died after delivering their first son, Stanley, in 2011.
Even to see the picture that they took of me when I was on life support, I couldn't even look at it. It was just so heartbreaking.
Each year, nearly 800 Americans die from pregnancy-related causes, and for each death, experts say 50 to 100 more women suffer severe complications but live. So Dr. Natalie Hernandez, the executive director of Morehouse School of Medicine's new Center for Maternal Health Equity, and her team are collecting these survivor stories for a kind of oral history project known as the Maternal Near Miss Study.
Because again, there's such an underestimation of what's really happening. And these are women who are alive, thank God, to be able to tell their stories.
Leak Johnson was almost halfway through her pregnancy with Stanley when ultrasound showed he wasn't growing like he should, but doctors couldn't figure out why. When her blood pressure spiked at 29 weeks, Stanley was delivered by an emergency C-section. And Tennille, bleeding internally, spent 5 days on life support.
I had him on a Friday, and when I woke up, I was at a totally different hospital, and it was on a Wednesday. And I was told there that I was bleeding internally. I had blood clots.
Stanley, born at 1 pound 14 ounces, spent 2 months in the neonatal ICU, and Tennille says she blamed herself.
If I wasn't obese, if I didn't do this, if I had the knowledge in this, or if I chose the right doctors, this wouldn't have been happening.
And Hernandez says the women's stories share a common thread.
Engage in a real conversation.
A lot of women felt because they were Black that they weren't listened to. I think we heard that in about 80% of the stories.
In all, Hernandez and her team have interviewed 87 women. Of those, 56 had a so-called near-death experience. Their stories will be shared with healthcare providers and policymakers.
There was one woman we interviewed, and she lives near the hospital where she almost died, and she has panic attacks when she gets close to the exit or when she passes by the hospital where she gave birth.
It wasn't until Leak Johnson and her husband Stanley lost their second son, Isaiah, to stillbirth in 2018 at 23 weeks gestation that she was finally diagnosed with a blood clotting disorder.
And they told me that I should have been on blood thinners the entire time. For both pregnancies. So, yeah.
But Leak Johnson hopes that sharing her story will inspire healthcare providers to listen to and really see women of color.
I'm not a textbook. I am a person. I am an individual. I'm a woman. I'm a Black woman. And so those things add up.
And as many as 50,000 women a year experience severe complications from pregnancy or childbirth or the weeks afterwards. And Black mothers are 3 times more likely than white mothers to die from those complications. And researchers here at Morehouse School of Medicine plan to share these near-miss stories with the Library of Medicine. And Christine, the goal being hopefully to use these as education tools, but also to really make the public more aware about this, ongoing sort of maternal mortality crisis that we have in this country.
I mean, the statistic, every time I hear it, is so startling.
Yes.
So hopefully these real-life human stories are going to resonate with the right people.
I think they will.
Yeah. All right, Beth, thanks so much.